What up, guys? Gangstapranksta here, bringing you the weekly wrestling review for July 28th. Welcome to the show. If you're new to the show, this is where we talk everything about professional wrestling, from news, reviews, to predictions. We talk about it all. So if you're a fan of professional wrestling, welcome to the show. On today's show, I'm going to be giving my reviews for the 1000th episode of RAW, Smackdown, Impact, Ring of Honor, and now I'm adding to the weekly wrestling review NXT. This is the first time I've watched it since Season 3, and was it good? Find out in a second. So first off, we have the 1000th episode of RAW. I enjoyed it for the most part. I thought it was pretty good. There's some good matches, some good segments, some great returns. So let's just discuss it. So it starts out with Vince McMahon, comes out thanks to fans, and then he introduces DX. Triple H and Shawn Michaels come out. And then they bring out X-Pac, Billy Gunn, and Road Dogg. Good to see all five of them in the ring at the same time. They do their usual DX stuff, which was cool to see. Then Damian Sandow comes out and calls them hooligans. And he gets hit with a super kick and a pedigree. It was good to see them start out the show. I thought it was pretty good. It was great to see them all. Great. So next we have Rey Mysterio, Sheamus, and Sin Cara versus Del Rio, Chris Jericho, and Ziggler in a six-man tag. Pretty good match. Mysterio and Sheamus and Sin Cara win. Before the match, Jim Ross came out just to announce the match. He didn't stay the whole show, which was kind of disappointing. But he just called this match, which I'd rather him call the main event, to be honest. With the whole thing that happened, we'll get to it. You probably know what happened, but whatever. So next we got Brodus Clay versus Jack Swagger, blah match. Brodus wins. After the match, Dude Love comes out and hits Jack Swagger with a Socko. Next we have the Daniel Bryan and AJ wedding. I almost said versus AJ. So we have the wedding. We had the Slick as the priest, which was a cool touch. You know, they do the regular wedding stuff, blah blah blah. You say I do, blah blah. They both say I do. AJ says yes, but she says it's something else, and then Vince McMahon comes out and announces the new Raw GM. He announces that it's AJ. She leaves Daniel Bryan. He gets pissed. He starts trashing the ring and all the wedding stuff. CM Punk comes out and makes fun of Bryan. Says he's better than him. Bryan says he's the greatest superstar ever. The Rock comes out and does his usual stuff, makes fun of Bryan, and says at the Royal Rumble he's going to get a WWE title match. And says he got Daniel Bryan a nice wedding gift, and it's a rock bottom. I thought Daniel Bryan did a great job in this situation. I loved how he was just this pissed off guy because his wedding, and then Punk and Rock come out and try and rub it in his face. I thought Daniel Bryan was great. He was great. I will get to him in a second. Well, actually, I'll talk about it now. And throughout the night, they talked to Charlie Sheen, just like, hey, what do you think about this, blah, blah, blah. And he fucking made fun of Daniel Bryan, so it looks like they might have a match or something at SummerSlam. But I love how fucking Daniel Bryan, he's not pissed that AJ left him. He's not pissed that he got rock bottom. He's pissed that Charlie Sheen called him like a goat face or some shit. I thought that was just stupid, like, really, you're not pissed Rock gave you a rock bottom? You're not pissed AJ is now the Raw GM, is probably going to ruin your life? Nah, he's pissed about Charlie Sheen, who's pretty irrelevant. So, whatever, I thought that was pretty meh. Hopefully this leads to a Rock versus Daniel Bryan match. I think that would be pretty entertaining. Anyways, next we have The Miz versus Christian for the IC title. Pretty good match. Miz wins and is the new IC champion. It's interesting, I guess. I would have rather have him win the the US title, take that off Santino. You know, let Christian hold it. But whatever. Next we got Triple H comes out and calls out Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman comes out and says Lesnar isn't coming out, and talks about Triple H's kids. Stephanie McMahon comes out. She looked pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. And tells Heyman not to talk about their kids, and then slaps them. Heyman snaps and says Lesnar will face Triple H at SummerSlam. Heyman mentions their kids again, and Stephanie attacks Heyman. Lesnar comes out and they brawl, and Triple H throws him out of the ring. So that is pretty good. Good to see Stephanie. I would have liked to see Shane, but he didn't make an appearance, which is fine. Next we got Heath Slater comes out and challenges a legend to a match. This time it was Lita, and she brought out the APA with her. And, you know, Slater tries to leave, but all the legends he had confrontations with the past few weeks come out and toss him in the ring. Lita hits a twist of fate, followed by a clothesline from hell, followed by a moonsault, and they all, you know, cheer together. It was pretty awkward seeing, like, guys like Sid Vicious and Bob Backlund and Vader, because, like, they didn't really, like, seeing them with, like, Rikishi and Lita and stuff, like, it's such a different, like, time gap between those group of people. It's just awkward to see him in the ring, but whatever. I'm not complaining about the thing. It was pretty cool, whatever. Next we got Kane comes out and is interrupted by Jinder Mahal, Kurt Hawkins, Tyler Rex, Camacho, Hunico, and Drew McIntyre. And they're upset they haven't been on Raw in a while. They go to attack Kane, but Undertaker comes out, and the Brothers of Destruction take everyone out. Pretty good moment, just see them reunite, even if it's just for 2-3 minutes. And in the main event, we have John Cena vs. CM Punk, WWE title match. Pretty good match. Cena wins by DQ after Big Show attacks Cena. Punk leaves while Big Show's attacking Cena. The Rock comes out, takes out Big Show. He goes for a people's elbow, but is attacked by Punk. And Punk hits the go to sleep on The Rock and is booed by the crowd. This is probably the most noteworthy thing on the show, with CM Punk turning heel. And I love it! CM Punk is a great heel, much better than a babyface. I like him as both, but if I had to pick one, heel. Definitely a heel. I mean, take a look, like, there's not a lot of heels in WWE. You got Chris Jericho, who was a heel, turning into a babyface now. Ziggler, who's a heel, is getting cheered, so they don't really have any heels. You know, I guess Kane's a good guy now. There's just not a lot of heels, so I think this was a good move on WWE's part, making Punk heel, and this is where he truly shines. Remember when the pipe bomb thing? It's because he was a heel, and it was awesome. I'm excited for him as a heel. I'd love to see more pipe bombs, so let's fucking go. And I'd love to see Punk vs. Rock at Royal Rumble. I would love to see that. Do you guys want to see Cena versus Rock 2, or do you want to see Punk versus Rock 1? You know, like, I think Punk versus Rock is the money match, in my opinion. So overall, I thought it was a pretty good show. There's some stuff, you know, there's some backstage segments, like what's her face, Mae Young's hand all grown up. I thought that was kind of funny that they brought that up. Nice touch on WWE's part. There was some ridiculous stuff, you know, just having everyone fumbled together and shit. I think it was for the most part, it was an entertaining show. I definitely check it out, yeah. Especially the end. It was great. So yeah, that was Raw, the 1000th episode of Raw. Next we got NXT. So like I said before, this is the first NXT show I've watched since season 3. Where they had all women, and that was fucking horrible. But I watch it now, and I thought Michael Cole was hilarious. Him and Josh Matthews during season 3 were fucking hilarious. Anyway, side note there. So this was I don't even know what they're doing with NXT anymore. They don't have pros. I guess they're just bringing up guys from FCW and putting them on NXT, which is cool. And good to see some people like Seth Rollins. Oh, great to see him. And Michael McGillicuddy, you know, he's WWE superstar, but he's appearing on NXT, whatever. Anyways, let's talk about the show. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It reminded me a lot of Ring of Honor. Just a lot of wrestling, couple backstage segments, like interviews and stuff. Overall, I thought it was pretty good. I will be checking out NXT every week now. Anyways, let's review the show. So first we got Bo Dallas and Derek Bateman versus Johnny Curtis and Michael McGillicuddy. Pretty good match. Curtis and McGillicuddy win. Next we got Antonio Cesaro versus Alex Riley. Pretty good match. Cesaro wins. Next we got Natalia versus Sofia Cortez. This was also pretty good. Sofia won. Next, we got a very interesting team in the Ascension, and they took on Dante Dash and Garrett Dillon. Very interesting setup. You know, they're going for a very Undertaker type-esque tag team, and I don't know. I'd like to see more of them. The match was okay. The Ascension won. And for the main event, we have Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Pretty good match. McIntyre wins. Overall, I liked NXT. I thought it was good. I liked William Regal commentating. I just thought, like, he was fantastic. And they also had Jim Ross on the show as well, which I think is good. I'd like to see him more. Hopefully he's used consistently on NXT. And yeah, so I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'm definitely gonna check it out week to week. Just Cassius Ono, he did a promo. I would have liked to seen him wrestle. Hopefully next week he'll have a match. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Definitely recommend it. Next we got Impact. It starts out with Sting. He comes out, calls out the Aces and Eights. He is joined by Austin Aries, Kurt Angle. They want revenge on Aces and Eights as well. Bobby Roode comes out and says James Storm is the leader of Aces and Eights. Storm comes out, they brawl until Angle pulls Storm off. First match, we have Gail Kim and Madison Rayne taking on Tara and Mickie James. Pretty good match. Gail and Madison win. Next, we got the Gut Check Challenge that was supposed to happen last week, but was interrupted by the Aces and Eights. It was Sam Shaw versus Doug Williams. It was an okay match. Williams wins. During the match, Joey Ryan popped up and sucker punched Al Snow. That was pretty cool. Next, we got Chavo Guerrero making his debut in TNA, and he says he wants to be a TNA champion. He is interrupted by Kid Cash and Gunner, and, you know, they make fun of the Guerrero name and stuff. Chavo attacks Gunner and Kid Cash. They get the upper hand until Hernandez comes out and backs up Chavo. Who didn't see this coming? I think we all saw this coming, like, Chavo and Hernandez, they're going to do something together. And, lo and behold, they are. So next we got AJ Styles versus James Storm. Good match. No one wins after Aces and Eights comes out and attacks AJ. Interesting note, they didn't attack Storm, though. So next we got the Gut Check Challenge with Sam Shaw. You know, everyone, hey, yay or nay. Al Snow says no, Bruce Pritchard says yes, and Taz says yes, so Sam Shaw is the newest addition to TNA. And in my opinion, I don't think he should be a part of TNA. That's just my opinion. I mean, you look at everyone who's won so far. Alex Silva has yet to make an appearance. Taylor Hendricks has yet to make an appearance. Why not use those guys first before, you know, bringing in more guys? And so far, all the wrong people have won contracts. Maybe Taylor Hendricks. You know what? I'll give Taylor Hendricks. She should have won. But Sam Shaw and Alex Silva, fuck no. I don't think they should have fucking won. I don't know why they won. Whatever. Joey Ryan, he should have fucking won, but they're still using him, so that's kind of good. But what I hate so far is pretty much everyone has won so far. I would like someone to do the gut check, and they fucking are terrible, and everyone's like, no, you suck, you're terrible. Because right now, everyone's won. It's stupid. Someone has to not win. Jesus. And next time, please bring in a tag team. Your tag team division sucks. I don't even know who the champions are. I really don't. Let me try and think of them. Who are the tag team champs in TNA? Oh, Christopher Daniels and Kazarian. I don't fucking know that because they never wrestle. And when they do, they don't hold the TNA tag team titles. They don't mean shit in your company. So start bringing in some goddamn tag teams. You don't need X Division guys. You have a shit ton from the Destination X thing. Kenny King, Sanjay, Rashad Cameron, Dakota Darso. X Division's good. You don't need more X Division guys. You need a fucking tag team division. So start bringing some in. Next we got Zema Ion versus Kenny King, X Division title match. Austin Aries got to choose, you know, the whole fight night thing. You know, he sat down with some X Division wrestlers. He was fucking great in that. He fucking ripped Rashad Cameron a new asshole, Dakota Darson a new asshole. He was fucking great. Austin Aries was awesome. Anyways, he ended up giving Kenny King the X Division title shot. It was a pretty good match. Zema wins after Robert Roode comes out and attacks Kenny King. After the match, Austin Aries comes out and brawls with Robert Roode. And for the main event, we have Bully Ray taking on Kurt Angle. Good match. Angle wins. After the match, Aces and Eights come out and attack Angle. Sting, AJ Styles, Austin Aries make the save, but they're overwhelmed because there's so many Aces and Eights guys. James Storm comes out, and the Aces and Eights just bail, and Angle ends up yelling at Storm. So is James Storm a part of Aces and Eights? I think in a way. I think he's indirectly, or maybe he is the mastermind. I think the mastermind is Jeff Jarrett. I've said this before. I mapped out the whole thing, how he wants control back in his company, and he's brought these bandits and thugs to help him out take his company back. And James Storm and Jeff Jarrett, good friends. So is there a storyline there? I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. Next we got SmackDown. It starts out with Miz comes out and gloats about being the new IC champ. Christian comes out and wants a rematch, so they have a match. Christian versus Miz, IC title match. Good match. This was a good match, almost a really good match. Miz wins. What a great way to start out the show. I definitely recommend checking that out. Good ass match. Next we got Jinder Mahal versus Ryback. Okay match. Ryback wins by countouts. Next we got Sheamus versus Cody Rhodes. Good match. Sheamus wins. After the match, Dolph Ziggler acts like he's gonna cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase, but backs out. Chris Jericho comes out, tosses Ziggler in the ring, and he gets a brogue kick and a code breaker. Next we got Antonio Cesaro versus Santino Marella. Okay match. Cesaro wins. Next we got Yoshitatsu versus Damian Sandow. Okay match. Sandow wins. And in the main event we have Rey Mysterio versus Daniel Bryan versus Kane versus Alberto Del Rio in a 4-way #1 contenders match for the world title. Good match. Del Rio wins and will get a title match against Sheamus at what's it called? Night of Champions. No, SummerSlam. So I would definitely recommend the Miz and Christian match and the 4-way. Solid match. And the Sheamus vs. Cody Rhodes. That was pretty good as well. Other than that, not too much. He didn't miss anything on SmackDown. Next, we got Ring of Honor. First match, we got Adam Cole and Eddie Edwards versus Mike Bennett and Brutal Bob. Pretty good match. Eddie and Adam Cole win. After the match, Sarah Del Rey makes her return to Ring of Honor and attacks Maria. Good to see Sarah Del Rey. But she is rumored to be going to WWE, so I don't know why she's making appearances in Ring of Honor. So, I don't know, whatever. Next, we got Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team taking on Fusion DS. Pretty good match. Haas and Benjamin win. And for the main event, Mike Mondo versus Kevin Steen for the world title. Good match. Kevin Steen wins. After the match, Jimmy Jacobs and Kevin Steen attack Mike Mondo until Eddie Kingston shows up and makes a save. Steen and Kingston brawl until security breaks it up. So pretty good show overall. Definitely a solid main event. And I know there's a pay-per-view coming up. I think it's next week. So I'll be giving my predictions for that next week. And if you want to know how to watch Ring of Honor, what you want to do is you want to go to ROHWrestling.com, sign up for an account. You just got to make an account. It's free. And they upload the show to their website every Thursday. So go check it out. Definitely a solid hour of wrestling. So that was it. Next we got some wrestling news. So we got two things. Some big news. First, Great Khali recently had a brain tumor removed from his head. He went in for, I think it was a wellness policy thing, and they found out that he had a brain tumor, which is crazy. This is actually the second time that the wellness policy has helped somebody. The first time was MVP. He had Wolf Parkinson's disease or something like that. I'm not too sure. I don't remember. And now they found a brain tumor in Great Khali. That's fucking crazy. And he actually could have died. Like, the tumor could have been fatal if it came in contact with his optic nerve, which is fucking crazy. Or no, it wouldn't. I don't think it would have killed him, but it definitely would have messed him up a lot. And it's going to take him about 2-3 months to return to the company. But is he going to return? Because there is some concern that if he does take a hit to the head, that it might cause some internal bleeding and he could die. So this is a possibility of Great Khali retiring, which I'm fine with, not to be a dick. But you know, he does movies and stuff, so he'll be fine. He's a huge star in India. He doesn't really need wrestling, to be honest. He's a huge star in India, and yeah, so he could retire and still be successful. And good shit by WWE finding that out with their wellness policy. Not only does it help wrestlers who have addiction problems or problems in that area, but they also find, you know, medical issues, which is sick. So gotta commend WWE on that for saving the man's life, which is great. So next, the biggest news this week was the departure of Velvet Sky from TNA. She has been released from TNA, which I think is horrendous. I thought she is just like, she could have been the Trish Stratus for TNA. Like, she's hot, she's pretty good in the ring, and just all that stuff, and she has a lot of cross promotion kind of stuff. Like, she can do modeling, Playboy or something, draw some attention to TNA, but they don't do that, which is unfortunate. But I think it's just a stupid move that she's been released on TNA from TNA. I think she should have been the Divas or the Knockouts champ. What a huge blow to TNA. Like, they lost the fucking beautiful people. Like, a couple weeks ago or last week it was Angelina Love, now it's Velvet Sky. A huge blow to the women's division, in my opinion. Huge blow. But now they can use people like Mickie James more, Tara, but Velvet Sky will be missed tremendously. Hopefully she goes to WWE, maybe even porno. I'm not going to complain about either one. So yeah, she's very beautiful. She probably has a lot of modeling opportunities. Who knows if she'll wrestle again? Probably in the independent circuit. Will she be back in TNA? No fucking idea. I'm gonna say probably not. There's a chance. For the most part, probably not. So yeah, huge blow to the Knockouts division. What a huge loss for them. Anyways, guys, that was it for the weekly wrestling review. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Come back next week where we're gonna have reviews for Raw, Smackdown, Impact, Ring of Honor, and NXT. And I think there's some pay-per-view predictions for Ring of Honor. Does TNA? No. Is Hardcore Justice? Nah, I don't know when Hardcore Justice is. Yeah, I'll just find out next week. Anyways, that's it for the most part. So come back next week for all that stuff and some more wrestling news. I want to thank you guys for watching. Keep it locked on my channel. Tons of videos coming out this week. And hope you guys are enjoying them. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. Peace out.